Hey, Justin Popovich here with another PLR Q&A session. And actually, it's not just PLR. I'm going to be sitting down and going through all of the questions that have been submitted to me. So if you haven't seen any of the previous videos on this, you might want to go back. Dealing with implementing PLR, using PLR, but as well, online business in general. There are a lot of people just getting started, and I wanted to do my best to just kind of give you my real world perspective on some advice and tips and things that you can be doing to give yourself a leg up in your online business. So here's the next question. This one is a little bit involved, so I might be jumping around a bit with my answer. I would actually prefer to have the person who asked this question here with me so we can do a bit of back and forth, but I'll do my best. So here's a question. It says, I follow you quite a bit, plus I have bought some of your PLR. Thank you. My biggest challenge is actually putting it into a product. I am a complete techno-phobic and have a real challenge with anything technical, even when it's explained through videos, because you hear so much conflicting information. I have even hired outsourcers, but don't know if they are doing everything I need done because I don't know the process. Where can someone like me go to learn what I need technically to make money online? Thanks for help. And P.S. I think there are more people like me than anyone realizes, and this information would really help. And I definitely agree with your P.S. statement there. I think there's a lot of people that just because they don't have the technical expertise doesn't mean they don't have value to bring to the table. There's a lot of very experienced, skilled business people that want to go online and take those skills online. They just need to learn how to do it. I want to touch on the very last point here is where can someone like me go to learn what I need technically to make money online? And it's such a wide open question. And when I hear somebody say, how do I make, what do I need to learn technically to make money online? What I usually like to ask in return is, what are you doing to generate revenue on the internet? What is your business? What skills do you bring to the table that people are going to pay you for, whether it's in the form of products or services? So just whenever I hear make money online, the question is, well, what are you doing? What are you delivering to other people? Because if it's a service, if you're coaching somebody or providing consulting, then you're not really making money online. You might set up a PayPal account and have them pay you on PayPal, and then you just deliver the work. So you're still making money online per se. You could do the transaction over the internet, but you're doing the work, probably at their office, or maybe you're doing it at home and delivering it via email or something like that. So let's actually focus on the way you started your question, which is my biggest challenge is actually putting it into a product. I want to focus on the product sales side of it here in terms of making money online or selling something online, in this case a product. And then the overall question here is, being a technophobic, where do I go to learn all this stuff? Here's the problem, and you've already kind of addressed it in your question, is there is no one place you could possibly go to learn all the tech pieces that you need to run an online business. And how I run my business is going to be different than some of my partners or people that I know. We all use different software, we use different systems, we have different preferences, things that we like to do. And on top of all of that, there are so many different options. There's different vendors and software programs. So we're all going to be choosing to approach our online selling activities in a different way from one another. So we all have to learn different things. But I want to address the first sort of mindset here, and that's that you're saying that you're a technophobic, but it sounds to me like your goal is to have an online business. And so you might want to change the language that you use there. Don't be afraid of the technology. Don't have a phobia of it. Embrace the fact that you don't know it, but that you're confident enough in your abilities to learn it, because you must learn tech to a certain degree if you want to be proficient in an online business. You can't necessarily outsource every last piece of technology or technical components of running an online business to someone else. There will be a day somewhere in your online life where you're going to have to do something techy yourself. So rather than being afraid of it, just take it as a challenge and say, no matter what, I'm going to figure out how to do some of this stuff. Now, you may not, at the end of the day, you might not be the one doing all of the the exact techie stuff, but you should know how to do it. And you already nailed it in your question here when you said you tried to outsource it, but you didn't know what to outsource because you don't know the details of what goes into the tech. Exactly. You want to make sure that you learn all of that. So let me go back to the very beginning and kind of think about this at a higher level. You want to sell a product, and I don't even want to address the whole how to create a product. I'm going to assume that you know how to do that, and you want to translate that into the techie stuff of how do I take this product and sell it online. I've got a little note here. I want to make sure I stay on track. I'm using my wife's mom to-do list paper here. And the first thing I wrote down here is that ideally you want to take the path of least resistance. you've created a product, or you're in the process of creating a product, and now you want to sell it online, but you're sort of tech phobic. You want to make sure that you pick a method of selling it online that's going to have the shortest learning curve. If you try to develop a really complex system with all kinds of upsells and downsells and plugging into software systems and automated marketing funnels, you won't get it done and you'll never launch the product. So how do you just get that product, that first product that you've built, how do you get it up online for sale with the fewest number of steps possible? And there again are a number of choices that you have here. One that I'm going to recommend, and I'm going to recommend this just because I've used this solution a lot myself. If you ask someone else, they're going to give you a different answer. But I've used a platform, and if you've bought from me before, you've seen it. I use a platform called jvzoo.com. It's a great platform because they help you create your buy buttons. They allow you to track affiliate sales. So when somebody purchases, you can actually you have affiliates promoted and you can see who made the sales, and the affiliate gets paid automatically. But they also have hosted sales pages for you. So you don't even need your own domain. You don't need your own website up and running to launch a product. You can use JVZoo's hosted pages to literally create a single sales page that says, here's what my product does, here's all the features and benefits and so on, and here's the buy button if you want to buy it today. So all you would really need if you wanted to get your product up and running is an account with JVZoo. You'd obviously need a product, probably you want to zip it up into a zip file, and then you'd need a PayPal account in order to accept payment. And then of course, obviously you're going to be going into JVZoo and setting up your account so that it talks to PayPal. But that's part of the sign-up process at JVZoo. That would probably be pretty self-explanatory if you went to jvzoo.com, signed up, and followed through. You could literally sell a product just using those tools that I mentioned right now. Is that how you would want to do it moving forward forever? Absolutely not, because you're going to be missing out on a number of different things. For example, you'll want to make sure that anybody that buys from you gets added to a list that you can mail. Obviously, you probably know by now that you need to be building a list, especially when someone buys from you, you need to be putting them on a buyer's list. And so by signing up for a service like GetResponse or Aweber or MailChimp, or there's a number of different ones out there, a system like JVZoo will actually automatically integrate with a program like Aweber and put the people that buy from you on your list. So you would need to go and buy Aweber, but again, you would have to learn by reading the manuals in JVZoo and reading the manuals on Aweber how to actually set that up and integrate it. But what I've given you right now is literally the tech pieces. That is all you would need to learn in terms of getting a product up and running and for sale. Because JVZoo hosts your sales page, they would even host the zip file. If it's under a certain threshold, I'm assuming it's not going to be a huge file here if it's your first product, you can upload the zip file right to JVZoo. They'll host the file and deliver the file to your customers for you. So for me, that's the path of least resistance. That's going to get you pretty far in terms of creating a product and having it up and running for sale. Now, over time, you'd want to learn more stuff. You'd want to make sure that the products eventually go to your own domain and your own website, because then it's a web property that you control and you can have other products and you can build a whole brand around this and your own homegrown affiliate program down the road if you like, build a blog and all kinds of other stuff as well. But that sort of gets you up and running and started. Now, the other thing that you might want to consider here is partnerships. Pretty much anything I've done in my own business since creating my own business 5+ years ago has been done in the form of one or more partnerships, primarily because I was in the similar boat to you. I didn't know what I didn't know, and there was a lot of skills I didn't have yet. So by partnering with other people, they already knew what they were doing, or they could go and learn the stuff that we needed while I was focusing on the stuff I needed to do. So you could potentially go and find someone who is a lot more tech aware than you, maybe a little bit more proficient in technology than you are, but maybe they're not as good at creating products. And you can focus on the product creation side of thing and maybe even the sales side, networking and meeting some people who could be your affiliates, while they focus on getting a website up and running, getting an affiliate program in place, the buy buttons, the back-end system for if you want to have upsells afterwards, or even that integration I talked about with your autoresponder, your mailing list. All those techie pieces could be delegated to your partner. Now, obviously, there's a trade-off, right? You're launching your first product. There's going to be a certain number of sales, amount of money coming in. Now you have to divide that by 2. However, you got there's that trade-off is you're probably going to get a lot further when you branch out and let other people take on some of these pieces for you. There's obviously some challenges in finding a good partner. I was lucky enough that the partner that I have today, Ted, we've been working together for years, and it's just been a great partnership relationship. Some partnerships for people don't work out as well as ours has, so you might have to kind of give it a shot. And I don't want to get into tips and suggestions on partnering because that's a whole nother video. But I just wanted to mention that if this is not an area that you want to focus on, but you're really good at creating products and communicating ideas and information, then why not focus on that and let somebody else who's really good at the tech side of it partner with you, and you can both earn and prosper from your combined efforts. So that's another thing you might want to consider. And then the other piece to that sort of segue I just went on is the fact that you want to learn more tech. And you said you want to have sort of one area or one place to go to learn all the stuff you need to learn to make money online. Well, the way I did it was through mentorship. I had a main mentor. I had a number of different mentors, but one primary mentor for me, I was able to work with him and get involved in a number of different projects and see the way he ran his business and launched products and created offers and did joint venture relationships and even list building, and got involved wherever things needed to get done. I would dive in and do them. Even if I didn't have the skill, I would dive in and take on a task and learn it. I'd stay up all hours of the night. It wasn't always fun, but focusing and learning these different things. But it was cool because I had the framework of somebody that was already successful and already knew what they were doing, and I could simply, kind of fill in the gaps where they needed help. But just all this information coming in to my brain, I was able to learn and just pick pieces out of their existing process and learn almost through osmosis. If I was trying to do all of that on my own, I wouldn't even have known how to create all these different things. I would have been pretty much lost at sea. So having a mentor, somebody that you can actually go and work for or work with, kind of could be, again, in a partnership relationship, and maybe you take a smaller stake, but you're giving them a lot of value by saving them time and money. Just being involved with somebody who's already established, who already has systems, who already knows how to do some of this tech stuff that you're not necessarily knowing how to do yet, getting involved and working with them will be huge. Again, a whole lesson on mentorship, finding mentors, is something I'd probably have to create in another video. But I thought that these three pieces, the whole idea of you can create a product using something like JVZoo and just a few tools and get that up and running in a matter of days. You could do that in a day or two if you really focused on it, assuming you have a product ready to go. And then partnering or getting mentors or doing a combination of all these different things, I think would be a great start in terms of getting over that tech piece, because it gets you in motion. And then as you start doing things, right, that very first offer that you create, even if you go the JVZoo route, you're going to be learning things like setting up your PayPal account to integrate with JVZoo. If you maybe have an affiliate that requests to promote it, you're going to see how the affiliate system tracks your affiliates and how they get instant commissions, because JVZoo uses this instant commission affiliate model. So it's pretty cool. You get to see somebody pays you $20, your affiliate gets 10, and there's some transaction fees, and you get the rest. And you get to kind of see the techie side of how that all works. And you'll start to build more associations in your brain. You'll be like, oh, this isn't so bad. What else can I add to the mix for the next product? So I'd say just get in, get busy, and start trying things. And the tech piece will slowly become less of a phobia and more something that you become proficient with. And you'll surprise yourself. I really think you will, because the tools that are available today, I think most people that are committed to it can learn. Just might take you a little bit more time, especially if you don't have the techie background. If you get started, I think the advice that I've shared kind of in a rambling fashion in this video will help you. But I do look forward to your questions if you have any. Thanks for watching.